Hey, British Legion. I'm doing my own thing. And to turn to much good success on British side. On the German right flank, it is collapsing. They lost a squad and a machine gun because they had very many successful command rolls. These guys moved up, were fired upon, and all misses by the machine gun. This guy's moved up, were fired upon, all misses. And then they moved up. They didn't move up here, they moved back here, fired the mortar, jack squat. And these guys got to here and failed a command roll, so that's all they got. So they weren't able to fire, actually. These guys just moved up here. Actually, they didn't move, they just fired like crazy, and then able to move up, and they wasted those 2 units. Basically forcing this unit to come back here into the house, but then they got stuck here in the field, or I'm sorry, in the orchard, and then these guys did get back here to the thing so they can cover this whole wide area here. So that was pretty bad for the Germans, good for the British. These guys with the CO of a command value of 9 failed, and they're stuck here in the field. So this position is still strong. They're going to stay here as the Germans and see what happens over on this right flank. I don't need it to be 10 turns long. Based on this, it could be like 7 turns or 8 turns long. Probably 8. But anyway, so that's position on to turn 3. Just waiting patiently for the Brits to come. So they got 1 command, so they moved up, and then they failed in turn 3. This turn 3 saw the C company move up, and then failed to fire on this guy who was sitting over here. But guess what? Let me cover over here what happened here. Then these guys, is that right? A company, or A platoon, moved up, and then he stopped moving these guys because I didn't want to fail a command roll. So then they fired over here and missed, and then he fired and they fired and got 1 hit, and he fired and got some good rolls, but then they saved them all. So that part is reserved. And then the Germans on this side, I had to make a decision. Do I fire him first or move these guys? I thought I definitely want to get him out of that field. So I definitely wanted to do that, and I definitely failed that roll. By failing that command roll, this guy couldn't do anything either because he couldn't command. So that sucks. So that might be a reason to have another commander on the field. It would add some flexibility for the Germans because they really only have 2 command rolls. In fact, that might be a big deal. Maybe I'll rush that guy on here. I might do that this next turn. Let's just do that for grins. Oh, looky. And it appears that building. Let's see how it changes. Well, so what that'll do is this allow this guy, he can command him to fire or to do something. And then this guy can command him. These Germans are waiting. I think that's all I have. See ya. So, I mean, the British, they're probably going to close assault this guy. Or maybe they'll probably just fire on him. Yeah, they'll just fire on him. And then these guys, I think, I got tons of time. They probably just keep laying fire into this guy and see what happens over here on this side. They get this guy suppressed and they can move on out. So, alright, that's it. These guys are just going to wait for these guys. Bye. Into turn 4. That's where most of the action's going on here. This guy took another hit. These guys inflicted 4 hits on this guy, so he's at 5 right now, and suppressed him during initiative, but failed their command roll, so couldn't finish him off. They're just kind of sitting there. Only thing in here is command. These guys fired on this guy, inflicted that 1 hit. Mortars have done nothing yet. It helped having this command here because I rolled the command. He shot 2 or 3 times. Oh, and eliminated one of the squads. So the Brits are down now 1 squad. They have a much higher break point. I think their break point is 6 compared to the German 4. So the Germans lose 2 more and they're at their break point. They'll probably lose a 3rd. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do here because this guy is really hard to hit in there. He hits on 6s only. I need to suppress him. I'm wondering if I should move these guys back and around and go this way. So that open field, in fact, that's what I'm going to do. He'll get a shot when they go through that opening there. Over here, it's looking bad for the Brits. They finally got up. They deployed their mortar, failed to command to fire. They didn't fail to command, but they didn't command them to fire. This one here has 5 hits, so he has 1 left. This has 2. They're both suppressed. They can't do anything this turn. He's got 2 hits. This guy's hits is defended at 6. You know, and I think I fired on this guy as though he were in the open. He is in these trees, so he gets cover of 2. So he's at 5. Hits at 5. Germans, I think I'm going to move this guy back to the house, because if these guys really break through, they just go. They can take 1, 2, 3, 4. So I really need to cover that flank there in that house. I may even bring him back to his house. I'm not sure yet. So that's the end of turn 4.